Hello, I wanted to show you this cool crown that I made. I made it for myself for Mother's Day. I sent it home in your packet. You can print it out and you can cut out the templates. Like there, I cut this guy out, yeah, and I cut the crown out, and then I traced it onto paper, and I cut the pink crown out, and I cut the yellow bee out, and then with black paper I cut a triangle and I cut a V into it to make the antennas, and then I put stripes on the body, and then I used the flower templates. I actually didn't even use the flower templates. I just kind of cut flowers out, but you can cut these out and then cut them out onto different colors and make flowers around it, and you can put as many flowers as you want. I think I want to add one here. I'm not finished with it yet. It's a work in progress, but it's looking pretty good though, huh? Because you know what? As the mom of this house, I'm the queen bee. We are learning about bees this week, so I thought that would be a really cool craft to make a queen bee crown for your mom. Now, one important part of this is the card that goes along with it. Okay, so I cut it out, and it says, you are the queen bee because. You have to come up with reasons why you think your mom is the queen bee. And I asked my boys what they thought, and they said, you're the queen bee because you make everyone happy. And another reason is that you keep us safe. You're the queen of the house, right? Because mom does a lot for you, right? So she's the queen. So you have to come up with some reasons why. It could be anything, any reason why. It could be you're the queen bee because you read me good bedtime stories, because you cook us yummy dinners and you keep our bellies full, because you tickle us. There's a 100 reasons why your mommy is so special. Okay, and that's what this is really about. It's really about, why is your mommy special? Why is she the queen bee? Why is she number one, right? Anything you think of is a good answer, okay? And you don't have to make this a secret and do it all by yourself. You can ask mom to help you with it, okay? And I'm sure she would help you with it. Or you can ask a brother or a sister. You can ask your daddy. You can ask grandma, grandpa, whoever is around to help you. Do some cutting and pasting. You know, I just used a scissor and I used my glue stick and I used a marker, and it really wasn't hard to do. Okay, so you know how, and then I made the crown. I just took 2 pieces of this and I cut it in half like this, and I connected it. You could glue it together, you could tape it together, or you could staple it together, and that's how I made the crown. Look, see how it's 2 pieces that I had to put together, okay, to make the crown. You may have to make it bigger. You could use 3 pieces. You may make it smaller, and then it goes right on your head like that, right? And then when you give it to mom, you stick that right in there, okay? When you give it to her. And then she could take it off and read it. Here, I stuck it here, look. Right? So when you hand it to her, oops, it keeps falling out. Hold on a second. When you hand it to her, you just stick it in the flower and the bee like that, and you give it to her like that. And I think she'd be really surprised. Now, if you don't want to do that one, or if you also want to do something else, there is the project where you could make your own watercolor paints and paint the flowers and the pot that says Happy Mother's Day. Or you don't have to do any of those things. You know what? You can just make a card. You can fold a piece of paper in half. Remember how I told you how to make a card at school all the time? Take a piece of paper, any kind of piece of paper, right? And you match the edges to it and you fold it in half. And on the front, here's the card. Look, it's a card now. You can draw anything you want on the front. You can ask a grown-up to write what you want to write. Happy Mother's Day. And on the inside, you can write love, your name, to mom, love, your name. And you could draw all pictures inside. I think it would be great if you looked at mom and drew a picture of mom on here. I think she would love that. Anything you want to do for your mommy on Mother's Day is great. Read a story to her or with her. Have some snuggles with her. Make her, with a grown-up, you can maybe make her breakfast in bed. Anything you want to do is what you should do for mom on Mother's Day. But the best thing you could do is give her a big hug and a big kiss and tell her how much you love her.